Welcome everybody here. This is your host Tech under the Mad Radio with
NSC Gameboy. What it is, what it do.
and we're also there with
The lead correspondent, Shin-Blade, the sensational one. My hands.
but most importantly we're here live at Rams Head, Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, with the man himself to my left, Hall of Famer, good old JR, Jim Ross. How you feeling?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. Show's over. Ready to wind down and enjoy the culinary delights of Baltimore, Maryland.
Yes. Speaking of culinary delights, you talked a lot about Sabatinos doing your hour talking to us, hour plus. What is it about that restaurant that makes you feel good? That you say makes you have an orgasmic experience?
Yeah, well, you know, we wrestling people are known to embellish. Orgasmic may be a little over the top, but the food is great. The memories are wonderful because I've been there so many times with so many of my friends, like Ric Flair and others, that it's just an awesome experience every time I go there because I recreate things that happened years ago when you're younger and you're more vibrant, and it's just a cool deal. So, not withstanding the fact that the food is excellent, so it's a good deal. And I got an Italian wife, and you know, Italian food.
I love Italian food.
Absolutely.
Well, my question to you real quick is, now that the show is over, you still made your commitment to Baltimore, which we greatly appreciate with all the chaos that's happened in the last few weeks and stuff. How did you think the turnout was overall with everything that was going on? How did you feel about the turnout that you got and all the support?
Well, it was good. It was very good. And you always wish you had more, but that's the nature of the beast. The promoter, the entertainer, whatever, is never satisfied unless you turn people away, and then you say to yourself, well, we should have charged more for the tickets. That's the old promoter's adage. But I loved it was good crowd, a responsive crowd, and I appreciate everybody coming out. Rainy night, the Preakness in town, all that good stuff. So, but it was good. You know, I had fun. I enjoyed. I always enjoyed coming to Baltimore, so it was good. I never played here before. New venue, Rams Head Live, but I was very happy with it. The crowd was very responsive, very respectful, and I thought we had a real cool night.
Thank you. And lastly,
JR, you act sucking dog. No, I'm joking. Out of everything that you have been through, you say Baltimore is one of your best cities to work in.
Right.
What was your greatest moment that you experienced as a commentator or in Baltimore, period, that you liked?
Well, I think that when Sting won his first world title,
Yes.
was a big deal because he had been on the chase for so long and gotten close so many times that it finally culminated in Baltimore at the arena. And you know, for me, as an old school guy, you know, I remember the Baltimore Bullets.
Yes.
I remember Wes Unseld. I remember the Big E, Elvin Hayes. So I was a Baltimore Bullets fan because of the basketball team for a long time. And so then actually being able to come into the very arena that they played was a really cool deal for me. So, but I would think that Flair and Sting was probably the signature moment. Certainly Flair and Terry Funk here was another one that was very memorable. But if you go back in time, you know, I mentioned my show, Ron Simmons became the first African-American heavyweight champion in Baltimore, beating Vader. Billy Graham, superstar Billy Graham, beating Bruno Sammartino to become the WWF champion. Whenever I thought Bruno was unbeatable, was a really unique night. I didn't experience that one, but I studied it and read about it. So you look at the first main event in Baltimore at the arena in '63 was a black man named Bobo Brazil against Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. Huge moment in the history of the wrestling business. So Baltimore has played a part of so many significant moments. It's hard to list one, but there are many. And I think the fans in Baltimore should be very proud of the fact that their community, their city, has all come together as one, as wrestling fans. And no matter what's happened recently, in recent months or weeks on the street, is unfortunate, obviously,
Yes.
You pray to God it never happens again. You pray to God that people can come together. But they always seem to come together at the arena for wrestling.
Yes.
Wrestling was a common denominator, right?
Yes.
It brought people together. So maybe that's something we can think about that's possible for us to see happen again in this charmed city of Baltimore.
Yes. And I would like to say to you, JR, that with you having this great event, it's very good for everybody to get together on a positive note instead of everybody getting together on a negative note. You know, with you being here, Rams here live, us being Baltimore natives, Dan McDevitt and Maryland Championship Wrestling, or try to have a positive media.
Right, exactly.
I did them at radio here, positive media for the city. So we thank you for coming here to the city. It meant a lot for us.
Thank you. I had a great time. I had a great time being here. I was excited to get the booking. My agent booked Baltimore the weekend of the WWE Payback. I thought it made sense. But you know, I'm with you guys. Hopefully we'll get past the issues of the past. I'm not a citizen of Baltimore, but I do love the city. I want to see people of all ethnicities, no matter the color of their skin, to get along. We all want that. And if you don't want that, then you need to reevaluate yourself. But I thought that when people said, well, are you going to cancel your show, as I mentioned earlier? And the answer was no. Because, look, if we only had a half a dozen people, and we had several hundred people here tonight, I would have said, if I can make those half dozen people have a smile on their face, or get a laugh, or have some fun, then I've done my job. Because Baltimore was due at that point in time some entertainment and some fun. So hopefully we accomplished that, and I had a great time. The food here is great. You know, I go to Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
I love that place.
Right home, man.
I love it.
They're family. It's a family place. And you see people of all colors, all ethnicities in Jimmy's, and there's no issues. Jimmy's is a place for everybody. Then you go to, I go to what you call Chaps Pit Beef.
Yes.
Chaps Pit Beef. I see black people, white people, I see Italians, Asians. They're all there breaking bread, eating good food, right?
Yes.
So I go to Sabatino's, same thing. So there it can happen in Baltimore. The actions of a feud should not be indicative of the majority. It's a good town. It's a good city, full of good people, and I'm really happy we didn't cancel the date. I'm really happy I played the date, and it worked out wonderfully. And I'm glad you guys supported us, and I thank you all for your support and the fact you're wrestling fans. And wrestling fans don't have an ethnicity. They're just wrestling fans, folks. You can be black or white or Italian or Asian or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's what brings us together. The common denominator is we like pro wrestling. Good or bad for some of you, but good or bad for us, it's good for us. And that brings us all together.
And on that note, sir, we thank you for your time.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate you guys very much.
Thank you.
Very gracious.
Very professional, and I appreciate you guys. I wish you the very best luck in all your endeavors and all the projects you got going. And support these guys. If you're a wrestling fan, support these fellas.
Yes.
They're doing good stuff.
JR endorsed too.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Sauce it.
On that note, this is Tech.
I'm in SC Gameboy.
And I'm Shin-Blade.
Under the Mat Radio, signing off with good old JR.